This is another in the series of how to play whatever it is a little bit better. Principal thing behind this little series of videos is trying to articulate melodies and riffs within songs. In other words, using the things that identify them. Now, today I'm going to be looking at a song actually co-written by a mate of mine in a band called Nothing But Thieves. You need to check them out if you haven't heard them already. They're great. However, this particular song struck me as actually a very touching song as much as anything else. Now, as I mentioned in previous videos, now and again you'll have songs which have these sort of signature riffs or chord sequences which help us out a little bit. The principle here is trying to make the song recognisable to whoever you happen to be playing it to. So in this particular instance, we've got quite an interesting little riff here. It's based over an F chord. But what's interesting about it is it actually doesn't use the root note in the bass. It has the fifth in the bass. It gives it an interesting sound as opposed to, it's kind of easier to hear, or if you like, more commonplace. So this is quite unusual. Now again here we've got an interesting change. So this sounds like to, well, let's say F to B flat minor or E to A minor if you prefer. Well, yeah, kind of sounds like a minor chord, but it's also a sixth. So what's interesting about this is that when you play small chords, there are lots of implications, and it's sometimes a really good idea not to join those dots up and to let your audience join them up for you, or for themselves, if you will. So if I take this opening riff. It's fairly obvious to anybody who knows the band I'm going to be playing a little excerpt from Impossible. What's kind of nice is, again, sometimes you might want to present the guitar part by just adding something that maybe isn't on the original recording, but might well be if they just did it as an acoustic thing. So give an example. So there I've just added in just a little bass note just to help things along. Now, again, one of the features of this is probably really the vocal part, and it starts with this line. And so on and so on. It's really around these two notes all the time. Now, you would think that's not going to really do very much, but it's massively effective. So if we combine that. Here he goes into that whole different range there. So by the time we get to the section where the vocal goes up an octave and everything starts becoming a lot more dramatic, this is where we have to consider yet another aspect about playing songs and making them recognisable, motivating, or emotive I should say, and interesting to listen to. So what we've got to bear in mind about this song, when I last checked, which was about 10 minutes ago if I'm totally honest, this song had nearly 5 million hits. So it's a well-known song. So that really works very much in our favour. Having invested a bit of work in getting our riff, we've got that going fine, a bit of a hint. Most of our work's really done because everyone's going to know what the song is at this point. So what we can do then is to sort of amalgamate the riff with something a little more substantial in terms of the strumming. So Okay, so you can hear the range of possibilities there becomes massive, mainly because of the time we've invested early on in getting a little bit of that melody in. That sets us up. Then okay, now before I finish up for today, since I've been doing these how to play a better version of, I've spoke to a few people, and the general consensus is that it's a really good idea, and there must be hundreds of songs that people are thinking, oh, I don't mind playing this song, but no one never knows what it is until I start singing, and I want to try and play a better version of it. So what I'd like to suggest is, if anybody's got any ideas as to songs that they would like given this sort of treatment, then please do get in touch, and we can have a little bit of a vote, if you like, as to what songs are going to be popular. Obviously, something else to bear in mind at this point, if you've seen any of the other videos in this series where we've been putting melody lines into chords, so even just taking a D and so on and so on. There was lots of examples. I think we're in part 7. However, if this turns into part 64, that's all fine. But as I say, it would be nice to know what people are struggling with and things that, if you like, need problem solving. So that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and as ever, if you could subscribe, that would be great. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.